gentlemen, to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gates. I got a real quick video. It's just going to take a couple of minutes. Something's been on my mind. You heard me talk about it a long time, for almost a decade now, on Jerusalem's Gate, and it's about love. We know we're in the latter stages of the age. The end of the age is upon us. It started May 14, 1948 with the rebirth of Israel. And the signs you're seeing from heaven, like I told you many years ago, you're going to increase in severity and frequency until the closure of the end of the age. Well, the Apostle Paul tells us there's three great things a Christian can have: faith, hope, love. These three, Paul says. But the greatest of these is love. You always hear people say, have faith, have faith, have faith, have faith. And God will build your faith for you new Christians. I know I put out the last two videos was about new Christians and people wanting to be a Christian or thinking about becoming Christians. And God will build your faith. That will come. That's God's work, building your faith. Paul says the greatest of these gifts is love. Love always protects, trusts, hopes, perseveres. Love never fails, Paul says. If you stick with love, it'll never fail. Now, it doesn't mean sometimes you won't get angry and say something, or have an argument, or say something out just blunts out of your mouth, and you wish you can catch the words. And all us humans have those moments where we get frustrated and we say something, we want to catch our words, and we say, oh, well, I wish I would have made that comment. We all are sinners saved by the grace of God, and we're all flawed creatures. That's why we should cleave to Christ's perfection and Christ's righteousness. But, I truly believe the reason America is the strongest country that the world has ever seen or will ever see is directly connected to our love towards the Jewish people and the nation of Israel, and to protect Israel, and to be a friend of their friends and an enemy of their enemies. I truly believe that, and I know I'm right. And a lot of you Christians agree with me. What we're saying, and I don't want to take a curveball here and go in a different direction, but it's kind of on the same direction. What we're seeing happening in Iran right now with the protests is God is moving and answering a lot of Christians and Jewish people's prayers for the Iranian people. The Iranian people, God is moving in their hearts. They're getting to a point where they don't want to be known as some radical terrorist-sponsored nation that sponsors terrorism and wants to destroy Israel and the United States. The spirit of democracy is rising up in their hearts, and they're protesting, and thousands are dying protesting. And God has revealed to me that He's answering a lot of people's prayers for that. They don't want to be, a lot of those people that are protesting and dying don't want to be known as somebody that is wanting to seek a nuclear bomb that God only does not what with. They'd be severely dangerous if they get the current regime, if they get anywhere close as they were, or trying to get close again if they are. But God is moving in those people and putting a spirit of democracy in their heart. Love one another. If you have one morsel of bread to your life and you're hungry, and all you got is a morsel of bread, and your enemy is hungry, give them your bread, and you shall be blessed. Maybe not in this life, but if you're seeking your reward in this life, pray to God that He gets your taste buds to desire heavenly rewards, and take your sight off of earthly rewards. Love your enemies. Very important. Pray for them. Fast for them. Cry out to God for them. The end of the age is here. There's wars and rumors of wars. Some wars are ordained by God. Like when Hamas brutally and savagely attacked Israel. I truly believe that Israel's response was ordained by God. I know for a fact it was. Isn't it a coincidence? If you look at pictures, and I just briefly touch on the state of Israel and why we should love the state of Israel. If you look at black and white photos of Berlin after the war in 1945, and you look at the Gaza Strip in black and white photos, you can't tell them apart. What is the common denominator of those? They both attack God's people unprovoked in a cruel and inhumane way. And but that's all I'll say in that. Let's go over a couple of scriptures. Charity, which is love. Love is charity. Charity is love. I'm going from the King James Version. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity wanteth not. Is not puffed up. Like I say all the time, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength, and thy neighbor as thyself. If you see somebody on the road and they're homeless and they're asking for money, some do it because they're truly out of money and are truly homeless. Some do it to enhance other things. But God has revealed to me that some people, when they pass up somebody that's asking for money, they say, oh, look, they'll spend it on alcohol, they'll spend it on drugs, they'll spend it on this, they'll spend it on that. I'm not giving them no money. God's saying, give to those that ask. And once that money leaves your hand and into that person that's asking for money, God will bless you for the intention of giving. Now, what that person that is asking, whether he or she is asking for good or bad to do with the money, will have to answer. But you will be blessed. Once that money leaves your hand, God will bless you for the thought of love of giving money. And that person will be responsible for what he or she does with that money. So, next time you see a homeless person or supposedly a homeless person, have compassion. Most of us have $1 or $2 or whatever, how much money, just give in love. America's got it very good. America's got it very good, people. And America is veered away from God. And God is pleading from heavens to get back as a holy nation. I truly believe God wants us, and through love we should obtain this, to be, which you draw closer to God, love will happen. It's natural byproduct of getting close to God, love. Love one another, care for one another, do without if somebody needs something. You'll be rewarded in heaven. Let's go over another, a new commandment, John 13, 34, 35. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you. That's Christ speaking. Love one another just like Christ loves you. Enemies, friends, no difference. Love them all. Somebody done you wrong, pray for them. Love them, fast for them, cry out to God for them. And you will be rewarded one day. Maybe not here in the world, but if you're seeking your reward on earth, ask God to change your taste buds, as God calls it, and have the taste buds that desire heavenly and seeking your reward in heaven. Because the fleeting pleasures of this life, ladies and gentlemen, and I know this from experience, trust me, are fleeting pleasures. They only last for a very, very brief second of time, a blink of an eye compared to eternity. Your eternal rewards last for eternity, and eternity is a long time. Eternity is a very long time compared to a blink of an eye. So love one another, people. Love your enemies. Have love. Help one another. Care for one another. If you got to do without to help somebody, Christ sees everything, hears everything. He knows. He knows. Trust me, He knows. So love one another. Care for one another. And God will be with you. Remember, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next broadcast.